Okay. So, Laura, you've been our first community in residence person who has not been Finnish or based in Finland. So, brave soul who has ventured all the way over from Germany to be here. You've spent 2 weeks. You're leaving tomorrow. I'm going to get dramatic because I'm going to miss her. And just wanted to, it was actually your idea also that to let people know how it's been for you here, what it was like. And yeah, I know that the first day when you arrived, and I know that you shared something that basically has been like my experience also about the pier and the lake.
Yeah, so basically I really felt called to do this video to make it a bit of a promotional video.
We said we were not going to do that, so this is a stunt on me, and I'm not going to edit this out. Go on. I usually don't get surprised in my own videos, so here we go. I'm liking this. Game on, Laura. Game on.
No, I mean, really, this is an amazingly beautiful place. And, and what Taki'h just mentioned, like the first evening that I came and I went down to the pier, and I mean, it's early July, so the nights are super long in Finland. And it's just incredibly beautiful. And it's incredibly beautiful because of the sky and the light, and there's so little humans here. A big lake, you see a few summer cottages here and there, but hardly anybody else. There's no noise. And yeah, really on that first night, it made me cry because it was so beautiful.
Yeah, the pier is my happy place. We go every morning with the dogs and just sit there around 8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes the lake is very still and sometimes it's windy. The ducks sometimes are going by, the swans sometimes are going by, and sometimes there's nothing. But it's just sit there and contemplate that another day, the gift of another day. The sun has risen, and so has this body today, and just the immense potential of it, because it's lake and just forest all around on the lake. And it's just such a beautiful way to start every day. That's what we do. We, meaning me and the 2 dogs. And I've had such powerful moments there, contemplating, meditating with the trees. Huge trees, old trees there, spruces and pines and birches. So yeah, it is an incredibly beautiful and very little human affected or impacted place. Yes. What else has been your journey here, whether it's been with land or with those of us here? It can be Timo and I or whoever has been here. I know people have come and gone while you were here. Also, there was the solstice, the new moon in Cancer, Temple's Day gathering. And so there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since you've been here, which is great timing. I'm so happy for you.
So really, like, it feels very easy to be here. It's very there's something also about the land which is very grounding and very inviting, I find. And it's just also a very easy going way of being together. There's lots of freedom for everybody to just be with, I don't know, who you are, processes, emotions. So it was a very, very, very enjoyable time. The reason why I wanted to make it a promotional video, coming back to that, is that it's also a lot of work. Like, it's a big area of land. It's beautiful old houses, like old structures that need a lot of renovation, but that can be preserved as being these old structures. And and it's important work. So
Yeah, I know that some people would rather, like, okay, they want to come and they want to study, the esoterics or something. They want to get their hands dirty, or the reverse. They want to come and be in community, but just to hang out and have fun and to but not to go deeper. And so this is a place where we do get our hands dirty. I know I'm in the kitchen every day cooking, and also when we were carrying out the planks from the manor house, the last or foundation line, which was the planks that were laid there 131 years ago or more. That's when it was completed. It just feels like such a service, whether I'm cooking or doing that. I know you've been with the berry bushes, clearing out the berry bushes from the weeds and other things. And what you take Sisu on a bike ride in the morning sometimes because he needs his exercise, and we can't let him off leash because he likes to go very far. These ways of being in service that allow you to connect to the land, and also you're leaving something for those to come to benefit from, and it's like a chain, then the next person and the next person kind of thing.
Yeah, and for me it has been very, I guess, grounding to also do physical work as much as I wanted to, manual work, and very beautiful to work with the plants, with the land. We, for example, also went fishing, so we caught fresh fish in the lake. There's a huge abundance of fish. You basically just put down a cage and you catch fish. There's all these both kind of domesticated berries, but also wild berries, and collecting blueberries. There's just so much here, and it's such it's such a beautiful way to be away from the big city.
Yeah. And I know the fishing thing, it was also my first time that maybe it was my second time. I had this experience last year at Timo's mother's summer cottage, where it's like you go, you pick up the cage. It's literally like a wire cage that the fish come in and then they can't go back out, and then you have to check it, and you let out the ones that are too small or you don't want to keep, and you can then take what has offered itself. And it was like 1 hour between when you guys rode out there and you got it and you killed it, you cleaned it and put it on the frying pan, and then to your mouth. It was like 1 hour, a whole thing, and that was quite an initiation also for you too.
It is. I mean, both. Oh, that's the swans? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really was. I mean, both this experience of really, it's such fresh food, but also the experience of catching the fish and then killing the fish, basically. And it's something that I for a long time felt, if I'm willing to eat fish, it's actually what the right thing to do. But it's not easy. So I'm grateful for that experience.
Yeah, so to bring consciousness and love and all that to just like this catching and killing and cleaning of fish that you would maybe otherwise not have that opportunity, or to pulling the weeds from the berry bushes. Also, that was a journey, and to taking out the planks from the manor house one by one, with honor, with respect. So it's a place where you can do, yes, a lot of manual or physical tasks, but do it from a place of consciousness. And we're just starting, but we're weaving in the themes of the days, that what planets are associated with, having some circles, not every day, but seeing what's alive and what is coming up, and just witnessing each other and dropping in deeper together through that, not because these are the people you necessarily would have chosen to have dinner with in your in your regular life or something, but because these are the people who have been called by this temple and by this this commitment to something deeper. And we do need help. financial help and physical labor help. And this is, for me, it's an honor to witness, like when Timo was going through the demolition, like, oh, this newspaper was found 1920s, this wall was exposed, and look at what there is, and this flooring, and then this flooring, and then this flooring, and it's like living through history. It's amazing. It's an honor. It's a deep honor.
And I was very touched by Timo's commitment to the building and to the place, and for example also to the stones and the building materials. And I have never kind of looked at it that way, and it makes total sense for a place like this.
Yeah, Timo, Nikkilä called the right person in Timo, for sure. I say that all the time, that he's a builder and an architect, and he builds for minimum. His intention is that it should survive 50 years, if not at least 100. He likes to say forever, but we all know the form changes, but that it's not this like, oh, how do we just do a fresh coat of paint and get it ready and get it running or something like that. Not at all. And also taking care that the stones are as locally from local quarries, or at least Finland, and they're going with we'll use the original, expose the original walls, wooden walls, beams, log beams from 131 years ago. And it's just the preservation and the care that he has, and the love and dedication, commitment, without compromising quality and without cutting corners, that he's that person. So Nikkilä was very wise to call him. So that's the we spent a month in demolition. Now we are in the building, just starting the building phase, and it is exciting time. The berries will start to ripen probably next week or in 2 weeks, and we will start to pick them, and mushrooms will come. And it's beautiful also being here, seeing the different phases, the different times of the year, and what the land needs or wants.
And right now it's really like a jungle in the forest. Like, I had not expected it to be like that.
I didn't either.
There's part of the property which is very much like gardened and very beautiful, manicured. And then there's another part which is very wild and very untouched, and it really also, it feels wild and it feels untouched, and it's like a jungle.
And it's been hot, and so it's like you're like, and the growth is so like the plants, the everything, the grass, the whatever is growing is so tall, and so you really are like like getting through it, and the manicured planted part is about 7 hectares, or maybe a little less, and then the wild part would be about 11 or 12. So there's much more that is untouched. The way I put it is not fucked with by humans, and we're gonna keep it that way for sure. And also the different experiences in the peninsulas.
There's one place which I find it really looks like the place of the fairies. It's so like, it's more open. There's these birch trees, and then the stones are covered with moss, and it has something magical to it. And then there is another part that looks much wilder, like really very powerful, bigger stones, darker trees, and it's just on this one piece of land, basically.
So there's a lot here to discover. If you do feel called that you do want to support with your hands or with your money, we are open to going into that discussion. If it's a good fit, you can email at connect@nikkilätemple.org, and let's see if it's that right time. And I know that we will be in this process for the next couple of years to be realistic, because there's 5 livable houses, a barn to transform into a huge temple, etc., etc. So, you know, if it's not right now, who knows? Maybe it's later on in the year or next year. So, yeah. It's not like your time will run out next week if you didn't make it, basically. So, yeah. Anything else you want to do?
No, just that also it's also a lot of fun. Like, it's not like we are working the whole day. I'm really very grateful for my time here.
And you go swimming, and you've been camping.
Oh yeah, you can camp, which is amazing, and you can go swimming at midnight or early mornings at 6 or at noon, and the lake is very warm. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been jumping in with those who've been working, like sweating or dusty, just jumping with your clothes, and that's how you rinse them off, and they're dry within minutes because it's been so hot. And you've been in the tent for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least. Maybe more now, I don't know. And you're getting great sleep. And
it's cool. It's cool. There's birds sitting on the tent in the morning. It's beautiful spot, very peaceful, view on the lake. It's perfect.
She's got the best room. She's next to a huge spruce, which is like huge, so tall. I don't know how many couple hundreds years old, right next to it. Yeah, that's like our new camp spot. When she goes tomorrow night, I think that's when Timo and I will move in for one night in camp also. Okay, well, thank you. This is a little taste of what it's like to be in community here. Thank you for being the one who came from abroad to help us also kind of see this from new eyes, open to it from your perspective also.
Yeah, thank you for having me.